Welcome in and welcome back, all you fellow college football fans, to the Touchdown Black and Gold vlog, the only channel where we examine, discuss, celebrate, and honor all things college football across the entire college football landscape. I'm your usual host, Blair Parks. It's great to be back with you once again. And what I've got on tap for you today, I've got my updated power rankings and my updated Heisman Trophy standings post Week 7, heading into Week 8. That's right. This year's college football season has already reached the halfway point. So sad. Each and every year, it gets longer and longer for the season to get here. And once it's here, it's each and every year it goes by faster, and faster. I mean, time continues to have its way with us. All right, so if this is your first time with me here on the channel, please, I always ask for welcome and want your feedback. I want you to get involved and participate. So please blow up the comments section below. I promise I will get back to each and every one of you much sooner than later via those comments, because I want to find more college football fans and hear from more college football fans just like you. So please exercise your right, your voice. Welcome, my college football brothers and sisters, and please like, share, subscribe, rate, and definitely comment below. And thank you for everything that you have done or will continue to do for the Touchdown Black and Gold vlog. All right, so without further delay, let's go ahead and get into my updated power rankings heading into Week 8. And what I do, I'll go ahead each and every week. I share with you my top 12 as far as right now. I think these would be the teams best positioned right now, like pieces on a chessboard, to get that coveted invitation or punch their ticket to the college football playoff for this season. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, starting from the very top. And to me, this has been difficult. It is getting more and more difficult each and every week for me to sit here and put this list together, because we've seen so much parity this season. I absolutely love the chaos. I do. But to me, there's 4 teams that have really separated themselves and shown and proven, at least to me, based on the eye test, their strength of schedule, wins, losses, who they've played, where they've played them, and when they've played them, that have really separated themselves. All right? So number 1, I've got to go with the Ohio State Buckeyes. They were number 1 last week. I've got them top of the list yet again, coming off an absolutely dominant victory over the weekend at Illinois, who was ranked at the time. Ohio State never really had to worry about breaking a sweat in this game. It was close for the first quarter, but after that, Ohio State really just had this game firmly in their grasp. Wasn't an issue. So I got Ohio State number 1. Number 2, I've got the Miami Hurricanes. The U, I believe, is back. I was very apprehensive and a little bit worried about them preseason, but what a resume they've put together. I mean, wins over a ranked Notre Dame team, over a ranked Florida State team at the time when they defeated them in Tallahassee, win over a ranked South Florida team, and also a victory over Florida. I mean, the state champs of the Sunshine State is the Miami Hurricanes. I've got them number 2 behind Heisman candidate, quarterback Carson Beck. Number 3, up 4 spots from last week's list. I got to give credit where credit is due. I mean, I am absolutely on board the Indiana Hoosier train and Coach Kirk Cignetti and quarterback Fernando Mendoza. I mean, I've been listening to the ABBA song all week, just like Hoosier fans have. I mean, Fernando Mendoza, absolute stud. I mean, following their big victory over the weekend against Oregon up in Autzen Stadium in the Pacific Northwest, Indiana number 3 on my list. Now, number 4, and once again, these are, to me, the 4 best teams right now at the halfway point in college football, exactly where they were last week. I mean, what a run this team has put together. I mean, not 1, not 2, but 3 straight victories over ranked opponents. I got a roll with the Alabama Crimson Tide, roll tide at number 4 in consecutive weeks. A victory at ranked Georgia, at home against ranked Vanderbilt, and then over the weekend, another road victory over ranked Missouri. So Alabama definitely is playing themselves into late season form already, have really kind of shook off that week 1 loss in dominant form against the Seminoles in Tallahassee. All right, number 5 on my list. A big mover this week, up 3 spots from last week. I've got the Texas A&M Aggies under second-year coach Mike Elko. I mean, the Aggies, a lot of offensive firepower. I mean, their wide receivers, their quarterback, who is an absolute dual threat, in McNeil. I think he actually is a little banged up for this week's game coming up. But they're really playing, I mean, championship caliber and level defense down there in College Station. So I do like A&M there in the 5 spot. Number 6, one of my big movers this week, up 4 spots from last week. And I'm telling you, they are one of the nation's best kept secrets. And the reason why is because they play in the Big 12 conference. I am all about and completely on board, big time bullish on Texas Tech. I've got the Red Raiders at number 6. I mean, the way they play defense, they are playing at the highest level of defense, maybe of anybody right now. I mean, now if they were in the SEC or the Big Ten, this is a team that we'd be getting a lot of chatter and there'd be a lot of eyeballs on them, trust me. But this team is completely legit. I mean, I think right now, I'm not going to say I think they could beat anybody in the nation, but whether on the road or a neutral site, there is nobody, and I mean nobody, that Texas Tech would be able to at least give a legitimate game against and compete with anybody right now. All right. Number 7 on my list, up 2 spots following their victory over the weekend. I've got the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, very, very good, solid victory. They looked the part on the road in a tough place to play at Jordan-Hare when they defeated Auburn over the weekend. I mean, they did come back down 10-0 late in the second quarter to secure a big-time road victory. So I got Georgia up to number 7. Number 8, my one of my 2 biggest droppers this week. I've got the Oregon Ducks at number 8. I mean, losing at home to Indiana. Yes, I know what that sounds like. When you're talking about Indiana football of old, when you're the number 2 team in the nation, okay, actually the number 3 team in the nation as they were, and you lose at home to Indiana, I get it. Back in the day, you might drop all the way out of the national AP top 25 rankings, but this is a different Indiana team, as we know, all right? So they did lose. It was a competitive game. They lost 30-20. So I did drop the Ducks a little bit on my list down to number 8. Number 9, and I get it. This team is ranked number 5 in the AP poll, but I'm just not quite sold on them. But we're going to find out a lot about this team. I'm talking about number 9 for me, down 3 spots. The Ole Miss Rebels, struggled. Absolutely struggled to put away Washington State, the Cougars, who don't even really have a conference affiliate right now. They came calling over the weekend to Oxford, and maybe just a look-ahead moment for the Rebels. I get that, but basically that was a 4-quarter game, all right? I'm just not quite sold. I don't know about Ole Miss. I know they can score lots of points. We know that, but I think their defense is just so suspect. But we're going to find out because that huge matchup this weekend coming up when Ole Miss travels between the hedges to take on Georgia. All right, number 10, a team that is my second best kept secret in the nation. All they do is win. They're not flashy. They're not sexy. I get that, but they sit there undefeated. Right now look like potentially the second best team in the ACC. I'm talking about the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, up 1 spot from last week. I mean, all they do is win football games. And quarterback Haynes King has got that team humming. I mean, he is up there like a real life Amadeus maestro, composing that team beautifully. Number 11, my big dropper this week, and I understand the circumstances. A loss over the weekend against your arch rival at a neutral site, your Heisman caliber quarterback coming back, hasn't played in 3 weeks from a hand injury. I'm talking about quarterback John Mateer and the Oklahoma Sooners, down 6 spots from last week after getting upset inside the Cotton Bowl against Texas, a team that most of us believed we kind of left for dead. I might be a little bit guilty of that, but preseason, I did tell you Texas absolutely was the most overranked, overhyped, and overvalued team. I said they would go 9-3. I think right now, Texas fans, most of them anyway, would be more than happy with a 9-3 record. So I got Oklahoma at number 11. Now, number 12. All right. This is tough. I could have went with Tennessee, but I'm not quite sold on that team either. But we'll find out a lot more about the Volunteers after this weekend's matchup when they travel to Tuscaloosa to take on mighty Alabama. I could have went with LSU, who travels this weekend to take on ranked Vanderbilt. Their defense, absolutely legit of LSU's, but their offense just looks completely anemic at times. So I went with, hell with it, number 12 making their initial appearance on my power rankings list. I've got the undefeated BYU, the Cougars out of the Big 12. Huge game this weekend when they host fellow in-state rival ranked Utah, travels to Provo, and this year's edition of the Holy War. I love those rivalry games. So that's my top 12 power rankings heading into Week 8. Please let me know what you think. Comment below. Do you think this team on my list is too high? This team too low? Hey, I think this team should be on it. Maybe remove this team. Please let me know. Can't wait to hear from you, and I can't wait to holla back at you. All right, now let's move into my second and final section for this episode, my updated Heisman Trophy standings post Week 7 heading into Week 8. Now, each and every week, I give you a list of the short list of these 4 candidates, these individuals to me, as of right now, if I had the power and the say-so and the right to hand out and send out the Heisman Trophy invitations, these would be the 4 individuals that I would go ahead and invite to NYC at a chance to hoist the greatest individual trophy and award we have in our sport. All right. And I always give you my top 2 who are just outside kind of looking in. They're knocking on the door, but just haven't been given entrance, or maybe nobody can hear them knocking quite yet. All right. So my top 4 candidates in alphabetical order. I do have a little bit of movement from last week's list. Number 1, I've got Miami quarterback Carson Beck. Coming in number 2, Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. ABBA. What a great story. Last week, I had Fernando Mendoza as one of my 2 individuals just on the outside, but now I've moved him in to this list after that team's victory, leading his team to victory over the weekend at Oregon. Number 3, I've got Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. To bounce back the way they have with those 3 victories all in a row against ranked teams, and 2 of those 3 on the road, Ty Simpson is absolutely playing at a high level right now. And last on my list, number 4, Ohio State wide receiver Jeremiah Smith. Not necessarily getting the targets or the reception numbers or the touchdowns, maybe in the way that we saw him get the touchdowns last year. Every catch it seemed like was a highlight reel, but he still is putting in work, and the work for the Ohio State University, spelled T-H-E. So definitely, this guy is an absolute game changer. He is instant offense for the Buckeyes and for any team that he'd be suiting up for right now. And my 2 individuals just on the outside looking in, Once again, in alphabetical order, I've got Georgia Tech quarterback Haynes King. Once again, not the sexy guy or the flashy guy. All he does is win. I mean, yes, if you want to call somebody a game manager and think that's some sort of, insult or disrespect, it's not. That means you're smart and all you do is win games. All right? And that, quite frankly, is what most of us just care about when it comes down to our football teams. Just win, baby, like Al Davis said. All right? And the second individual, just on the outside looking in, I did have him on my short list last week. I took him off, but I think he will have every opportunity to put himself back on that short list. I'm talking about Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer. I mean, just the 3 weeks away from playing football. I think his timing, his grip was off. And down the stretch, though, I mean, the chances that Oklahoma has, if you haven't checked out their schedule, they still have matchups, I believe, with Ole Miss, Alabama, Missouri, and somebody else, maybe even Tennessee, somebody else who's also ranked in the SEC. So lots of opportunities for John Mateer to put himself back on to that Heisman Trophy shortlist. And the other individual that I moved because of their head-to-head loss, I did remove Oregon quarterback Dante Moore from my short list and my first two on the outside looking in. All right, so those, ladies and gentlemen, sports fans, young and old alike, that is my updated power rankings and updated Heisman Trophy standings post Week 7, heading into Week 8. Blah. Please let me know what you think. Comment below, like, share, rate, subscribe. Tell your fellow college football brothers and sisters, fanatics, your family, your coworkers to check me out here on the Touchdown Black and Gold vlog. I will be back tomorrow. Definitely make sure you tune in. Click the notifications button then you'll be notified when it is uploaded and available for your viewing and listening pleasure. But tomorrow I will be back for my Week 8 preview and picks episode. So until tomorrow, peace, prosperity, and thanks as always from the Touchdown Black and Gold vlog. Talk to you soon. Go Hawks.